volume warning.
Hi! Welcome to Art Rambles with Kai, Episodio 2. I'm writing the script right after I finish the first episode since I drank a lot of motivation juice. Plus, I basically left that episode on a cliffhanger since I had to take off an art tip to ensure the video was short, and we're talking about that tip today. If you didn't read the title, we're discussing why gatekeeping stuff in the art community is bad. This is an overdone topic. Everyone and their grandmas have made videos on this. I know. But it's one of those discussions I'm really interested in, so let's get right into it. Firstly, if you don't know what gatekeeping means, it's basically the act of forbidding something, usually knowledge and a personal interest from someone since they're, quote-unquote, not worthy enough in your eyes. At least, that's what it means in the context of this video. If you haven't been living under a rock for a decade, you'd know gatekeeping is very rampant in the art community, especially back when DeviantArt was poppin'. A lot of artists were extremely trigger happy at that time and would get mad at anyone if they dared to plagiarize off of them and steal their precious RGB codes or poses because, God forbid, someone takes a simple concept they don't own. Sounds insane when I put it like that, doesn't it? It's a good thing this mindset is gone. Wait, it's still... This still happens? Oh, yeah, I know. You'd expect these people to learn common sense by now, but, nope. That's wishful thinking. Knock it off. I'm sure you can tell, but recently, I've been seeing a resurgence of artists gatekeeping meaningless crap like their free default brushes, or even worse, their damn art program. So I'm here to tell these people to stop being insecure crybabies, cause that's bad. Yeah, we're not sugarcoating anything in this Ramble Fest. You're getting me and Kai today. But also, I'll try my best to be educational and calm, cause no one wants to consume pure vitriol. I mean, I surely don't. It literally makes me vomit. So, fun fact. I used to be a gatekeeper when I started drawing. I was 12 at the time and stopped when I was 15. I did all the ridiculous things a gatekeeper did. I didn't like when people were inspired by me. I didn't like when people did the same concept as me or used the same colors or poses or even brushes. Which is ridiculous, by the way, because the brushes I used during that time were all default IbisPaint brushes. Just the thought of someone copying me really irritated young me, and truthfully, that all stemmed from insecurity and a lack of knowledge. A lot of artists, especially beginners, tend to think they should be the epitome of originality, that everything they make must be 100% by them, and no one is allowed to take that away from them. I think this is a fear of not being good enough. This is also a fear of having your individuality taken away, since at heart, people want to be unique. They want to stand out in a crowd of NPCs, and that's perfectly fine. But if you start projecting your anger and insecurities onto people, that's when you have to stop. Art is a very competitive passion to have, and most of the competition you face is yourself. It's really hard to fight your own mind, especially when you feel like you're not good enough. There are many ways an artist can feel insecure about themselves or their work, and being a gatekeeper will only make things worse. It doesn't help you or anyone to withdraw knowledge from others. It's ridiculous to think you own a basic concept someone has probably done already before you were even born. And I say this as someone who, again, was a gatekeeper once. Gatekeeping stuff made me so cautious with sharing my art. It made my perfectionism even worse, and it led to me refusing help from older, much more experienced artists. It also made me invalidate the use of references, and look at me now! I basically steal random characters from games and make them my own, and I'm so happy. Of course, I'm not encouraging you to normalize actual plagiarism. That is not the point of this video. I'm telling you that it's okay to be inspired by things. It's okay for other artists to take inspiration from you. And it's okay to not be 100% original, because nothing in life is original. We're all NPCs. That's the point of this video. Okay, but seriously though, art is inherently derivative, and there's nothing wrong with that. The beauty of creative work is the fact we get influenced by things on a daily basis, sometimes without even knowing, and we turn it into art. So gatekeeping shit like your color palette is so counterproductive, especially knowing you've likely lifted things from other artists as well. Inspiration is such a strong tool, and every person experiences it. Even you. That is something gatekeepers don't know or just refuse to believe. You can be inspired by other artists. You can be influenced by your feelings or something you witnessed, and that's normal. That happens all the time, even outside of art. That shouldn't be stigmatized. It should be encouraged. Like, I'm so sick and tired of seeing artists who have "don't get inspired by my characters or art" in their bios, or even worse, shamelessly admit they'll never share their brush QR codes even though they use the default brush settings on IbisPaint. I repeat, this isn't helping you. This isn't helping others. You look like an insecure sack of moldy potatoes when you do this. If you're that protective of your work, don't post it online. Keep it to yourself. There will always be someone out there who will subconsciously get inspired by your art, and you either deal with it or get out of the damn kitchen. You can't stop that. No matter how much you get mad or expose an innocent artist for having a similar character to you, it'll still happen. Nothing out there is fully original, and the faster you accept that, the more you'll enjoy any sort of creative work. Trust me, I said this twice already, but I've been through this before, and dropping this mindset has made my art and my life so much better. I feel proud posting my art now. I feel happy when people say my work helps them and inspires them to draw. I literally get so teary-eyed when artists tell me those things, and nothing can top that for me. It's actual euphoria, and I can't imagine being a gatekeeper anymore. I understand being protective of your work. Everyone's protective of their work. I mean, as soon as AI art became a threat, tools like Glaze and Nightshade became a thing. Being protective is normal, but there's such an obvious line between inspiration and plagiarism, and the art community has always struggled seeing that. Tracing someone's art and calling it your own is bad. Stealing an OC and calling it your own is bad. Heavily referencing someone without credit is bad. But you know what isn't bad? Taking bits and pieces of media you enjoy to create your own thing. I feel like I'm just going in circles with the script at this point, but I'll say it again. Inspiration and using references will help you grow as an artist. Rejecting something so crucial about art will honestly make you shit. Like, I'm sorry, but it's the truth. You don't have to share your brushes if you don't want to, but don't be a whiny bitch and cry about someone copying you when all they did was use a color combination you used. Also, art style theft isn't really a thing. There's nothing wrong with drawing in an art style you enjoy. A lot of artists do this to learn stylization, and some artists just do it because that's what they want to create. The only time art style theft can be real is when someone is purposely mimicking your work to impersonate you and profit off of it. You know, like what AI generated art does. Crazy. I know. Bashing artists for doing a basic human thing is really, really weird. Don't do that. You're only being insufferable and unpleasant. You don't own colors. You don't own poses. You don't own free brushes in an art program, and you don't own that art program either. Also, a lot of humans and characters in general tend to look similar, and there's nothing wrong with that. One of my OCs is literally just basic blonde British boy number 5. And you know what? That's great. I'm happy and I'm vibing, and that's all that really matters when it comes to drawing. So get that stick out of your ass and work on your inferiority complex. Immediately. It's easier said than done, but it's better to start late than never. So go do that. Or else I'm coming for you. By the way, age doesn't matter when it comes to drawing. You can be 50 and still getting a hang of things, and that's fine. You don't have to be a prodigy at 13 to be an artist. Being ageist is weird. Stop gatekeeping art from people who want to learn. You look stupid doing this, and honestly, there's nothing much to say anymore. I ranted out all of my thoughts now, but before I end the video, here's a personal note, assuming people care. If it isn't obvious by now, I don't care if you get inspired by my art. I won't get mad at you for that. I'll just hype you up and be grateful, because it's nice to know I have a positive impact on people, even if it's just a small crowd. You want to make a Ray Miyazaki clone? Knock yourself out. I literally don't mind. I have worse things to worry about. I'm so glad I'm not a gatekeeper anymore. Being like that pushed me back so much, and it's the only thing about my art journey that makes me cringe. And mind you, I had a big gacha life phase, and I was a piggy animator 4 years ago too, so that's saying a lot. Honestly, this video can be summed up as, you don't own shit, and I think that's wonderful. Remember kids, be protective of your individuality, but don't be like that one jelly art style moron. That's weird and that's cringe. Being inspired by things, however, is very Sigma and based. Keep doing that instead. But anyway, I hope you all have a great week. I'll see you whenever I reemerge from my coffin. For now, goodbye.